Right, so today's going to be February 19, 2021. Today's going to be Friday, and we're coming off a day yesterday where it was one of my worst days, very long time. So I really wasn't down this morning or antsy or nervous. I kind of was still very calm and aggressive. I knew that the stats were going to be in my favor, and if I just follow the rules, that we can have a decent day. Then yesterday, I ended up going, 0 for 6 on trades, which is highly unlikely that'll happen again. And one of the trades I took was basically a FOMO trade to try to get out of some sort of the red I was in. I didn't really wait for the setup to come. If I would have waited for the setup, then the whole entire day would have been different. So yesterday I was almost down 2R, but one little mistake basically puts me close to break even with that one trade. So the one trade was going to be a VWAP cross, and I basically just took it thinking that was going to go through. I didn't wait for the retest. If I would have waited for the retest, it would have given me a very good move, and it would have eliminated the one losing trade that should never have been taken. So it was a huge difference in money, but all we can do is learn from the mistakes and basically come back to what it is that we do. So today, um, I took, I think, 5 trades. All 5 were right. The majority of them were basically break even, except for like one. Just nothing really opening up. So out of the open, PLUG. So wait. So PLUG was gapping up. I was looking to take this, I think, over the 80s, over the pre-market high. Maybe next time we can think of trying to take it into the 40s over this little wick. But one thing I saw was stock open, kind of sold off into VWAP, and as it started to get bought up, maybe we need to be a little bit more aggressive and take this in here and in the 20s and kind of risk, the low for a 1 minute opening range breakout. Um, it's also on a stock that's gapping up, so this is kind of something that Andrew does that maybe we can add to the repertoire instead of waiting to get in. I think I got in like at the 60s. Me getting in here in the 20s is a much um, opportunity to get more profit in. So I got in the 60s. It started to kind of go, but it really wasn't opening up the way I would have liked. Um, I saw this volume here, and I didn't see any more volume coming in with buying. So for me, it just kind of wasn't giving me the extended move. Like what I was kind of looking for was something like this on CAN, right? Take this for a long and look at the humongous move you get out, way bigger than what the actual picture is. So for here, it's like long in the 20s, risking 80s, so 40 cents, and you're getting a huge. That's kind of what I was anticipating here on PLUG. I just really wasn't getting it, kind of just dancing and grinding higher, and I basically clicked it off to get a winner in. And then after that, as you can see, kind of just going kind of sideways. 3 minute, I was thinking, maybe we can take this for a 3 minute orb play. But again, I wasn't liking how the price action on that 1 minute, so I didn't take it. Would have been a stop loss. But after kind of holding a few candles here, maybe you could have taken that for a long. Even this though, you're risking this uh, after 21, 25-ish minutes. I think at 1.5, not even 2R. I don't know. It's just grinding action, which isn't really the best. And then it is kind of trending higher, and then it kind of comes down here. And since the PSAR's flipped, I really wasn't looking to take this for a great pullback, but nonetheless, maybe this actually would have been kind of decent at the stop loss. I kind of risk this, and that could have been I guess, a decent move, but I can't really anticipate that was going to happen like that. So overall, just a one trade on PLUG, not really moving too well. And then CAN. So CAN, um, the objective was to kind of go in long here in 1920s, 30s, around there. But as you can see, the stock opened up and it basically just started getting bought up very aggressively. And within 1 second, I was already above my my entry point. So couldn't really take a trade there. Now on the 3 minute, it makes a strong push higher. It is also gapping up. So basically, what I could have done was right here, this little pullback. As it starts to push through, you take it for a long, risking probably the low of that candle, probably like a momentum play, and you could have gotten a nice little move there. Another thing I should be keeping in the repertoire. And then it kind of comes back into VWAP. I was kind of looking for it to pop up, sold off. Finally got a little move higher, but then it got sold off again. But I noticed that it was holding the 1980s, 1960s, and on the 3 minute I took this. So I saw how it kind of got rejected, but then it got bought up again. I took this for a long here above 60s, and I made a little bit of a mistake here because I got in here on this candle. It started to kind of go in my favor, and then it got slammed down. Kind of got bought up again. Took a piece off. This kind of opened up, and once it kind of came down, I got out the rest. I guess it's break even, but it really wasn't break even. I think I was in at 68 by the way. So I guess break even. Really didn't want to see the trade go against me, and within a few minutes it kind of popped up, and that really wasn't the target, but you could have taken some profit into that little move, especially when this 3 minute candle prints. You can throw your stop now. You're raising your stop from down here to up here, kind of make the stop loss a little bit tighter. Maybe you could have added for the 80s. I don't know. I was a little bit. I just wasn't liking little price action here, and then came back, failed again, right? Holds VWAP again, and as it starts to pop, you could have taken that for long. I was kind of noticing it here, but I didn't take the trade. I didn't want to take this one here, but I noticed that it held. It held, making a little bit of a higher high. Came back, popped up. This one kind of popped up, and now it's kind of breaking out, and it's kind of breaking out and holding VWAP at the same time. So you could have taken that for a long, and eventually you would have gotten a very nice move. So that could have been a little trade there. Overall, I was reading the market being a little bit choppy, so I didn't want to take a loss on the last trade of the day and mess up the profit on the day. So didn't take this trade, but this could have been a very good winner. So I guess that's gonna bite me a little bit on the butt. So that, and then on CCIV was giving me a lot of problems. Took 2 trades. There were 3 trades that have been taken. The spread, number one, was humongous. 20, 30 cents. And that was kind of bugging me because when I would get a move in my favor, trades to the short side. So the ask wasn't going down, so I wasn't able to get the full profit on these trades. So the opening drive play was supposed to be short here around 70s. Kind of flashed down, no trade yet. Kind of popped up, held, started to roll over, and I got short here. I think in the 50s, and then started to go down, right? But the ask was still in the 40s. So even though the stock's down here for 50 cents profit, the ask is basically at break even. So if I were to get out, I'm getting out at break even. That's kind of what happened. It kind of flashed down for a little bit, took a piece off, and when this stock kind of was hovering here in the 20s, I clicked it off and I got filled at 32, which kind of pissed me off. So a little tiny little winner. I just noticed it really wasn't wanting to open up. I was really expecting this to very like flash down, kind of like CAN, but it didn't do that. And as it started to pop up, you get off of the break even. And then on the 3 minute, so it looks kind of choppy, obviously, but at this time here, I saw, it got bought up aggressively, but then it got sold off aggressively, and I want to see if it was going to hold under VWAP and if it was going to roll over. We got 2 3-minute candles, and as it started to come through in the 60s, got short. And again, it kind of went in my favor, but the ask was just basically a break even, and I think I just clicked it off. But you see, it couldn't really open up before. This would have been basically a stop out since the wick goes above the high of this 3-minute candle. It would have been a stop out, and then it kind of slams down. and just gets bought up again, just super choppy. Then again here, kind of looking like an M, right? So we have up, that looks like an M there. Looks like it was gonna break. So two candles here under closing under VWAP, little doji candle retesting. Could have gotten in short, and then again can't even open up again. So this would have been a nice little move, but basically everything's scalp today, scalp plays. So I think I'm like 5 for 5. A lot of the trades were break-even trades, but me making $5-6 on 3 trades and having the one winner, that's gonna add up very nicely. So kind of like yesterday. Yesterday, we have 3 trades losing a few bucks, and then we have 3 trades losing at the break-even spot, and that adds up a lot too. So this doesn't make up for yesterday's loss, but um, just what I got to do. I got to grind it back out and make sure every day is good setups, not FOMO trading, and making sure I'm taking really good setups and letting my setups come to me, and trying to take the most profit out of each. So we'll be back on Monday. Hopefully Monday's a better day. The market this month has been kind of iffy. January there was a lot of good moves and I wasn't as aggressive. This month I want to be very aggressive and we're not really getting crazy moves. So we'll be back Monday and hopefully we get better price action throughout that week and hopefully I can have a much better week than I had this week. Um, you know, 2 green days, 2 red days, but yesterday it just really killed me. And then on first red day, should have been profit. So things I need to clean up, but I'm glad that I'm usually more profit than losses, and I just got to minimize those humongous losing days, which I don't really have. But yesterday was just kind of like a freak thing that happened. So we'll be back Monday, and hopefully it's a much better day and a much better week.